Hey guys, I'm ChezPride, and today I wanted to post another spooky season edition of this long-running Create Sim series I've had going on my channel forever now, called What If These Sims Had Babies in The Sims 4? And I know, I just did this season, and it was actually with the Grim Reaper as well, but it just didn't satisfy that itch of weirdness I was looking for this spooky season. So this time, instead of doing opposites attract and pairing the Grim Reaper with the green Mother Nature who brings life into the game herself, I think I'm going to pair him with the creepiest looking undead man in the entire game among all the base game and packs, Vladislaus Straud, the Elder Vampire. Now, we all know that I love the Grim Reaper throughout the different Sims games, but another spooky character that I have loved in The Sims 4 for quite a long time now is the vampire himself, Vladislaus Straud. Vlad, or as some of us call him, Vladdy Daddy. And I think with his, what you could say at the least, interesting looks and genetics, when we pair him with Grim, that it will have some interesting and hopefully wide range results, because they are very different. And also, I have made a dad out of Vlad several times over the years, and it pretty much always turns out interesting. Now, like I said, both of these characters have been around in The Sims 4 forever now. I mean, vampires were literally the first occult type we got to have their own pack, so that is saying a lot. But in case you haven't seen these Sims before, let me go ahead and just show off them and their very different genetics. So this is Vladislaus Straud, or like I said, Vladdy Daddy, and he is supposed to be like the eldest vampire that lives on top of the hill in the creepy mansion. But realistically, when you get to know him, he's just like kind of a goofy guy. But this is Vlad, and he has interesting eyes, very high eyebrows. His nose is quite his most recognizable trait. We got that chin here, the big ears, the pale skin. And then, of course, he's a vampire. So when you take him into his dark form, he's even weirder. So we have those glowing eyes, the bald head, the deep sunken in eyes and cheeks. We got the lip marks. And all of this can unfortunately be passed down. So we have that as our Vividae number 1. And then, of course, we've been doing this with the Grim Reaper here a lot recently. But if you haven't seen Grim's face yet for some reason, this is what the Grim Reaper looks like when it comes to the Life and Death pack. Because with the Life and Death pack, we got the ability to have babies with the Grim Reaper, and they gave him a face, so he had genetics passed down. And he definitely looks way more normal than Grim, but I feel like their looks combined together are going to be very interesting and make a very wide range of what the children look like. Now, I have done this challenge many a times over the last decade since The Sims 4 has come out. And honestly, I've probably done it too many times. Like, I would not doubt there being 50 videos of me doing this challenge, because this and the random genetics challenge used to be like my obsession when it came to Create a Sim challenges. So if you do enjoy this video, if you go to my Create a Sim playlist, there is several videos of me doing this with several different characters. But if you haven't seen me ever do a What If These Sims Had Babies in The Sims 4, let me just do a quick breakdown of why we do it and how we do it. So basically, the reason for this challenge is to be able to take 2 Sims and really test to see how their genetics are passed down and all of the different options you could get when creating the 2 characters' children. So basically, you want to create an entire household with just the 2 Sims children. So how you do that is you load any 2 Sims you want into your Create a Sim. As long as they're young adult or older, they don't have to be male and female. They could be male and male, female and female, they, them, they, them. They can be different cults. It could be any 2 Sims you want. It is typically 2 Sims you would pair together for some reason, even if the reason is just to have creepy looking babies. Once you get your 2 Sims loaded into Create a Sim, all you have to do is go to this Add a Sim button and look for the ENA looking button that says Play with Genetics. You'll press that, and from there you can load in both parents, tell them that you want to create their child, and from there you can choose a child, toddler, or infant life stage, male or female. And typically what I do, because this isn't originally my challenge, but the person who started this challenge I don't think makes videos anymore, but it was originally Sim Switch's challenge. But the way she did it is kind of outdated because infants were not a thing when she did this. So the way I do it now is I create 2 infants, 2 toddlers, and 2 children, 1 male, 1 female each. And that really just gives us a wide range of seeing what their genetics look like throughout the different stages. But then to really see how their genetics pass down, I age each one of these kids temporarily up into a teen, just so we can see like the facial structure and what body type they got, and how the hair works with the face and all of that. So we will see them basically, quote, grown up because they'll be teens, but then I'll age them back down, give them a trait, and we'll move on to the next one. And we do this 6 times until all 8 of the slots in the household are filled. So dare I say, let there be no more delay, and let's go ahead and see what Vlad Strauss's and the Grim Reaper's babies would have looked like if they had become parents. Now, I am very aware that timeline-wise and chronological order-wise, it would make more sense for me to do the child first and then work my way down to toddler and then infant, because you think, oh, the child would be the oldest, so you want to do them first. But no, because the way that genetics work in this game, I guess genetics kind of work this way in real life too, but basically the younger you are, the harder it is to kind of see the genetics. Not saying that you can't see them at all, but like if you look at this child here, you can see the genetics more passed down than you can when you look at them as a toddler. And the same goes for if you're looking with them as an infant. Now, like I said, obviously you can still see the genetics, but they're just not quite as prominent. So I like to do youngest to oldest so we can see kind of a uphill scale of how the genetics are passed down. Like either way, I aged them up into teenagers, so it doesn't really matter, but I just kind of like seeing that slow progression of being able to see more and more genetics. So like I said, I do 1 male, 1 female each for both an infant, a toddler, and a child. I tend to just go with whatever gender it gives me first. So it looks like we're starting out with their son. So their youngest baby is a son. So let's go ahead and randomize 3 times. Every time I will randomize 3 times and we will see what we get. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, honestly, out of those 3 options, this was the more normal looking one. Not saying it's normal, but it was more normal. It kind of looks like a monkey, honestly. Like with the mouth shaped like that and the eyes being big with tiny little pupils. I don't know why. It's just giving me monkey vibes. I don't know. But I've always loved this toddler hair. So honestly, the outfit's not bad. It's just, I think what the whole thing will be in this video is that face though. That face though. Those eyes though. Alright, but let's give their youngest a name. 1, 2, 3. Jagger. This is Jagger Reaper. I kind of like that, honestly. That's kind of a good name for Grim Reaper and Vlad Strauss's child. Jagger, let's see what you look like as a teen. Alright. Okay, honestly, like I said, not that unnormal looking. Like, we have Vlad's tiny little frown. And I do like the glasses, but I'm going to take them off just to get a better look at his eyes. We definitely have the smaller eyes, but because they're smaller, the smaller pupils don't really make a difference. We definitely have Vlad's eyebrows. We have the Grim Reaper's nose, but it's a little bit more flat. I mean, it could have been way worse. Like, I feel like this is probably going to be one of the better kids, honestly. Like, it's not normal, but it's better than what it was. So let's go ahead and shrink them back down to an infant. And let's give Jagger here a trait. So 1, 2, 3. I did Sunny twice at the end. Okay. Well, it looks like, Grim, you're having a sunny infant. And I think last time when I did the Grim Reaper and Mother Nature, both of their children were sunny. So I hope that's not the case this time too. Because I don't feel like they would have 2 sunny infants back to back. But anyways, let's go ahead and make the second infant. So we need to make our infant daughter. So let's switch to female and see where the genetics take us. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I actually like the eyes. I never put silver eyes on a darker sim, and I don't hate it. I think also the blue bow is helping, but I don't hate it. Now, I feel like we're definitely going to be seeing that Grim Reaper nose again. I'm not sure about the lips, but the eyes are definitely Vlad. The skin tone is definitely Grim. And she is a vampire. I actually didn't look on the other one. He is not a vampire. She is a vampire. So we have 1 regular and 1 vampire infant. So let's go ahead and give her a name. 1, 2, 3. Leah. Leela Reaper. I actually like that. So far, I like the names. All right. But Leela, let's see what you look like as a teen. Oh, okay. Again, very tiny eyes, which helps the tiny pupils. Definitely way bigger lips, but Vlad's nose. Oh, I thought it was going to have the Grim Reaper nose because it looked more wide. See, the genetics trick you with the infants and stuff. But definitely Vlad's nose. Okay. And pretty much everything else is Grim. Just like the eyes and the nose are very Vlad. But I do not like this outfit. So we are going to put her back down into an infant and give her a trait. So 1, 2, 3. Sunny again. Grim, how are all your infants sunny? Like, literally every infant I have with you is sunny. I don't get it. You're the Grim Reaper. But that is our 2 infants, Jagger and Leela. So now we need to do the same thing, but we're going to do toddler versions. So let's go ahead and do a toddler. And looks like we are starting out with the sun. So let's randomize 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have a little hat on here. Oh, yeah, that's going to be all Vlad in the vase. I think it's going to, well, the nose looks curved down now, but that could change when it ages up. But everything else structure-wise in the face is very Vlad. The eye color is Vlad. The eyebrows are Vlad. The mouth is Vlad. The skin color and the hair color are Grim. I think that's, maybe the ears are also Grim. That's pretty much only thing that is Grim, especially since it is also a vampire. So let's give this little vampire toddler boy a name. 1, 2, 3. Jordan, but spelled with E-N at the end. I've never seen that before. That's cute though. I like that. Jordan. All right, Jordan. Let's see what you look like as a teen. Oh, yep. I was right. Everything is Vlad. But honestly, if you don't look at it this way, with this haircut, this doesn't look that bad. Like, they look very sad, but it doesn't look that bad. It's just the nose, though. That nose, though. I thought it was going to be those eyes, though, but no, that nose, though. The nose in Vlad's genetics are strong. I knew they would be, but like, dang. But honestly, the sim is not that bad looking. I would have not paired these shoes with this outfit, but other than that, I don't hate this sim. Alright, but let's go ahead and change Jordan back into a toddler and give him a trait. So 1, 2, 3. Inquisitive. Okay, I can see them having an inquisitive toddler, honestly. But now we have to create the toddler daughter. So let's enter Vlad, and it is already on daughter. Let's go to toddler and randomize. So 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we finally got a pale baby. Honestly, I feel like this one's going to look way more normal. Like the pupil size is more normal. The nose, I can't tell with the nose when them being young, but it looks skinnier, so I'm assuming it's going to be Vlad's. It has Vlad's frown, but I think it's going to have thicker lips, but the shape is more of a Grim Reaper shape in the face. Unless that, the chin is Vlad, but like it's a wider face, kind of like Grim. But let's go ahead and give this little girl a name. 1, 2, 3. Rebecca, but spelled with a K-A-H at the end. I love like the all unique spellings for these names. Like that's really cool. But Rebecca, let's see what you look like as a teen. Oh, okay. I like her hair. That's really cute. I'm not a fan of the eyebrows, but the nose is actually normal. Okay, so when I'm seeing a skinnier nose, I'm getting Grim Reaper nose, and when I'm seeing a wider nose, I'm getting Vladislaus Straud nose, which is like the exact opposite of what I would have thought. But definitely have Vlad's lips. They're a little bit bigger though, like Grim's nose. Honestly, normal looking eyes. The most normal looking eyes we've had yet. And honestly, these look more like Vlad's ears as well. But honestly, I don't hate her outfit except for the shoes. I don't think the pink shoes goes with this. But this is kind of a nice Halloween look, so appropriate. But let's go ahead and age her back down into a toddler and give Rebecca a trait. So 1, 2, 3. Wild. She is a wild child, baby. All right. But let's go ahead and do the final 2 children, which are the 2 child stage children. So it looks like we are starting out with a daughter, and we are just going to randomize 3 times again. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Another pale baby. All right, let's take off your hat so I can see what your hair looks like. Oh, yeah, I think you're going to take after a Grim in your style a little bit there. I don't know. Vlad kind of has fancy hair as well. Also, I think the last child wasn't a vampire. This child is also not a vampire, which I'm a little surprised by. The nose I think is going to be Vlad. Like, I'm pretty sure that point is going to be there. But the chin looks normal. The mouth looks normal. They're not doing a hard frown. The eyebrows are really straight across. But other than that, they seem pretty cool. They are very athletic. Looks like they're about to go play soccer in the rain or something. So let's go ahead and give this little girl a name. 1, 2, 3. Sylvia Reaper. I actually like these names so far. All right, Sylvia, let's see what you look like as a teen. Here we go. Oh, wait, she's like the prettiest one yet. Like, she has Vlad's nose. Everything else about her is gorgeous. She does have a little bit of a frown, but not too bad of one. The chin, it's small, so it makes it look somewhat normal. And from the front, she looks super normal. Okay, and like she kind of has like a Valentine's Day look. I don't hate this sim. And I really like the hair on her too. Like I feel like this hair looks really nice with her face. Alright, Sylvia, I approve. Let's turn you back into a child and give you a trait. 1, 2, 3. Genius. Okay, you're an athletic genius, so let's give you like the mind and body aspiration. All right, and we have 1 more child to go, you guys. So let's go ahead and pull up genetics. We're going to do Vlad is on a daughter, so let's make it a son. And this will be our oldest child, our firstborn. So let's see what their firstborn is going to look like. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, okay. They have like a light brown, almost orangey hair. That's actually very interesting. The eyes look almost completely normal. Like they look, this is what I would assume what Grimm's eyes look like, with the bigger pupils, the darker colors kind of sunken in a little bit. Definitely Vlad's nose. Don't see a frown at all yet. Definitely more full lips. This one looks the most like Grimm, but they have that random hair color because Vlad has gray hair and you can't pass gray hair down to children, so it will just generate a random color. So that's kind of funny that literally all but the first child have black hair. The first child has like this orange coppery hair, which I'm not complaining. It's cute. But let's see what they named their first child. So far, I've liked all the names. So 1, 2, 3. Angelo. Oh, actually, I like that. Hold on. That's kind of cute. Okay. Angelo, let's see what you look like as a teen. Oh, very interesting. I don't know how I feel about the headband. I think if I took the headband off, that might help. Oh yeah, that does help. So we have pretty normal looking genetics, except for the nose and Vlad's eyebrows. Those eyebrows and his nose are strong, boy. Oh, we also have Vlad's chin. Yeah, that chin is also strong, but sometimes the chin is smaller, so it's less obvious. But honestly, for the Grim Reaper and Vlad being his parents, he's kind of cute. And honestly, his outfit is like the most normal one when it came to aging them up. And he is not a vampire, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and age him back down into a child. And let's go ahead and give him a trait. 1, 2, 3. He is evil. Oh, like his dad, Vlad. All right, evil. I'm just going to close my eyes this time and choose something random. Mental. All right. He is a whiz kid evil genius, pretty much. All right, I'll take it. So right quick, let's do a review of these kids. So for the first parent, we have the Grim Reaper, which was the whole reason that we decided to make this video. So this is Grimm's genetics, and somehow Grimm is the more normal looking one in this situation. You wouldn't think that would be the case with it being the Grim Reaper, but it is. So that is our first dad, Grimm, and then of course he paired up and had children with what I consider the weirdest looking sim in the game, but also one of my favorites, Vladislaus Straud, and this is him in his regular form and in his bald, dark vampire form. So interesting genetics passed down, and when they passed down their genetics, they had their youngest son, Jagger, who is not a vampire, but kind of gives monkey vibes in the face. I don't know. He's cute, though. I like his outfit. And then they do have their vampire infant daughter, which she is also sunny, just like Jagger. So I feel like a vampire daughter and a son named Jagger shouldn't have the sunny traits, but they do, even though they're Vladislaus Straud's and the Grim Reaper's children. I don't know where they get it from, but this is Lilia. Lilia, right? Leah. Dang it. I keep saying it wrong. I want to say Lilia because it's like L-I-L, which in my head is little, but it's Leah, not Lilia. I don't know why I've gotten that wrong like twice now. But Leah, this is our female infant. And then going into the toddlers, we have Jordan, not Jordan, Jordan, and very Vlad in the face, but with the color of Grimm. And then our other infant, Rebecca, who is just a wild child. She is not a vampire, but she is definitely a wild child. And then we also have the athletic, creative, but non-vampire child, Sylvia. And honestly, she looks like she'd be a vampire, but she is not. She is not. I do like her like fancy slicked hair though. Even though she's athletic, like her hair is still nice. I like that about her. And then their oldest, who is also not a vampire, Angelo. And he wants to be a whiz kid genius, and he is the only one that did not have black hair. So that is what this round of What If These Sims Had Babies looks like if the Grim Reaper and Vlad had children. And honestly, I was expecting like a little bit more paleness. Like I was kind of expecting it to be half and half with dark skin and light skin. So it kind of threw me for a whirl that pretty much all of them were dark skin with black hair, and all of them have at least one of those traits, which not a bad thing at all. It's just I was expecting it to be more half and half when it came to the skin color. The eye color was mainly Vlad, and most of them, like I said, most of them all had black, but I really liked all the names that were randomized. I don't know. I really like that. But I feel like as we went on, also they got more normal. Like the infants were probably like the least normal, and then the children were like the most normal. So funny how the genetics in this challenge always end up working. Like it always just interests me in the results. But guys, I'm going to end this one here. So I hope you're having a good end of your spooky season. I only have a couple of days left, you guys. I will try to at least get one more spooky season video out. At least if not tomorrow, then on Halloween for sure. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right, bye!